welcome back to Let's Play Hot Wheels Micro Racers. So I believe I was right about this being difficulty, because we've now automatically been flipped onto, well, I guess the highest difficulty. Which also probably means, hey, new card. It doesn't even have max speed. I didn't even realize that. I thought it had max speed. It's the only card to have maximum boost, though, so probably, it's not even much higher than Metacog actually, but it's probably gonna generate boost really quickly. But it has worse steering. Less speed, but worse steering than Gearhead. That's actually pretty bad sounding. I'm not gonna go through a whole tournament of this or anything. But we can do, yeah, something. I'll do something on hard. In fact, I will try a race here on the beach on hard with this car, with that. So I guess we're gonna have 5 laps now, which will be a little overkill, but it is what it is. So I will say, actually, yeah, jeez, look at all those laps. Oh, was that even a sound that it made by boosting there? It's a really strange sound. I chased just barely. Man. Anyways. So, I will say, actually, just to be transparent, that this car does actually have a... So this game doesn't block cars from appearing before you even unlock them, as you saw in the first episode and whatnot, and basically the entire game before I unlocked every car. Except for this car. This car does, in fact, actually appear in races from the very beginning. I just skipped every race that it appeared in, for dramatic effect, to make it a surprise that this car is here. So that's why I wanted to vote basically an episode to actually showing you what this car is like, since we kept it off screen forcibly up until now. Yeah, now that boost is pretty crazy, having so much boost. It doesn't steer well, of course, but it's not like you're going to be unlocking new cars with it anyway, so I guess you don't need it use good steering for much. Aside from dodging some hazards. And we'll probably see some routes that would be easier to take if we had better steering, we'll see. I can also give my verdict on this game to some extent too, although first there's something I actually want to say with regards to that. So, just to make sure there's not any confusion, it's just going to be confusion because the last episode was released before this episode, as cynical as that sounds and obvious. What I mean is that there's probably going to be some confusion for that 1.5 hour period before this gets released, so I'm going to clear that up now, and it's probably going to end up cleared up in a comment the day before this goes up anyways. But, so the idea is, so, even though I hadn't said what it was, what the whole story was here on this channel in any of these videos, there was pretty much an agreed upon story for that. Not only one, an origin story, but two, a story for like what happened with that afterworld race. And while I didn't mind any aspect of that story, jeez, okay, I will say that I'm gonna be, well, yeah, I won't give too much details. I will say I'm gonna not worry about, I'm not gonna implement the afterwards part, the stuff that's supposed to happen after World Race, after that's defeat. Oh man, those guys are actually pretty close to each other. And not by, they didn't lose by much either. Wow, these guys are actually pretty good racers now. Highest difficulty. I would not want to race this on the highest difficulty. In fact, I'd probably have had a hard time racing it. I want to see real quick how tough that is to beat if that's actually in one of these races. But instead, so the origin story is still there, being miserable, don't catch out and all that. So this is going to be really tough because everybody here is fast. Like, all of these cars on games are very fast. I'm also in the highest difficulty, so I'm curious as to whether I can actually beat these guys. No long Metacog. Slowest car in the game against, I believe, the 3 fastest. So I inadvertently made things a little bit easier on myself by not actually ever having that in races, but that wasn't the purpose. It was just for narrative purposes of that appearing as a surprise and whatnot. Oh, you look how that happened. Interesting, that doesn't usually seem to happen on any difficulty, but now it happened on hardest difficulty for some reason. As a little aside, you don't get anything for completing a tournament on hard, in case you're wondering. There's no kind of acknowledgement in any capacity. There's no reason to do it aside from just proving yourself that you can do it. I can mostly keep up with these guys. The handling is awesome. It's wonderful to be able to actually steer like this. That's the one thing I have against Gearhead and that right now. So I'll be keeping all the story stuff with Bat's origin as a member of the Golden Tetrad and all that. And everything that's kind of being proposed as part of that. But let's say that for narrative purposes, as to what's happening right now, even though I like the original ideas, as to what happened with that after World Race, we'll say that we haven't gotten any further information as to what happened after World Race with that. We simply didn't see that since then. Since beating that, I cannot catch up to this car. The only reason I'm actually close to catching up to this car is because it made a mistake at 1.2 and got hit by Hazard. This is a lot of time too. I don't know if Danny got hit by anything at any point. So I don't know if that's also the reason he's behind me or not. Although I was ahead of Danny pretty much this entire time anyway, so that's probably not it. Not the best racing line, that. Actually kind of catching up to you. I don't have to beat you, but, well, not bad. I actually got really close to my best time with that. Huh. Surprising. But we will... There's one thing I was kind of curious about. That's the easiest difficulty. Let's go with that. You know, an eliminator. This also won't take long because we're on the easiest difficulty. Actually, no, it's gonna be a single laps anyways, but even so. I'm actually curious would it be better to have fewer laps or more laps for this. Because I want to see what happens if I lap somebody on the elimination. I don't know if I won't have more laps though if I was on 150. Never mind, so it doesn't matter. I won't have more time to lap people. So easier difficulty is better. So let's do the best we can here. What? I've never seen that happen! That's stuck on the wall there for a moment. Also, he just hit escape. It just exits the race back to the main menu. That was interesting though. We actually have some easier racers this time anyways, some easier opponents. Early game opponents. But yes, as I was saying, for narrative reasons, for future plans and whatnot, let's just say for the moment that this is the first we've seen of that since then, the first we've known of that since then. And then things will go from there. Trust that I have a plan. So as to, I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to buy that this car is supposed to be that. It was just the first car that came to mind, in fact, when I first thought to myself, what car could this be? Not just because it's the best car, I guess, and that is, of course, this fancy, crazy powerful driver in weird ways. But like I said in the last video, actually, when that appeared, it was mostly just because of the tail. Because you have that weird, like, parting of the tail of the car on Slingshot in World Race. This car has pretty much the same thing. I've never seen before, though, that whole driving on the ledge of an object thing that happened here. That was weird. Yeah, so nobody's even gone eliminated yet because I'm so far ahead. Because everybody but the person last needs to finish a lap for any elimination to take place. There we go. So my intention is to go as fast as possible here. Unfortunately, my best time's not going to be recorded here for some reason. I've theorized as to why in previous episodes. I want to lap someone. This is my last opportunity this lap here. I want to beat somebody by a whole lap. Somebody fell just then, no help, but it's not enough in its own right. In fact, I haven't even lapped. What does it matter? Who am I trying to lap? Am I trying to lap Vert or am I trying to lap Raceman? I actually don't remember, which is a problem. It's like a gunshot, that boost sound. Dude, Raceman, you don't have enough speed for that, dude. Raceman doesn't have enough speed for that one. Raceman, I want to let Bert. It eliminates both of them at the same time. Well, that's a pretty crushing defeat. Jeez. Okay, though. I kind of lost track of how long this episode was, because there were some times where I actually had to redo, there were multiple times, at least 2. I think just maybe 2, where I had to redo tournaments, because that appeared in one of the races. I initially thought, when I first tested out this game, I thought that, when I tested just to make sure it all works, it seemed to me, just based off of one test, which I guess was wrong, that whenever you went through a tournament, you'd have the same opponents the whole time. I was apparently wrong. So that could appear in any of those races. So I had to, if that appeared in the tournament, for instance, I had to redo the first 2 races again, which was a pain. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it. I also accidentally unlocked XG3 at one point when I was testing out this game, and I had to figure out how to get XG3 unlocked. Because it turns out, if you uninstall and reinstall this game, all your unlocked cars and whatnot are still there. Your progress is saved, same with your high scores, your best times, that is. Because that's the one thing that doesn't get removed when you uninstall this game. So I had to delete those files, and then if you just start the game again, it'll recreate those files from scratch, and you'll have all the cars again. And you'll have none of the cars again, rather. But that's that. So I find this game to be, it doesn't control the best. I find kind of annoying how the cars control, how they slide too much, regardless of their actual stats. The best car, the only car that really feels like it controls like it maybe should is this car, whose name I can never remember, unfortunately. A strange one. Because it has max handling and minimum speed, which is the extreme of handling, which is a little bad, I think. I think cars that have bad handling is fine, but there's too many of them. Basically, everybody that isn't this car. I still had some hard times showing myself as much as I wanted to with Vert, for instance, unfortunately. But aside from that, I like this game's soundtrack, and I unfortunately didn't get to hear any of it while playing this, because I'm editing the music over top of this. Because I don't actually have the music disc, sadly. And then, there's no other to it. It's kind of weird and awkward and opaque, trying to unlock things, and not knowing this is really difficult. You had to figure that out experimentally. But that aside, I think this game's kind of alright. I do think the boost mechanic's a little weird with getting the whole like extra star. I guess it's just to help you catch up that special boost that gives you, because I don't think it actually will ever give you a better time. Actually, in one of those secrets. I think it's really just to unlock the cars, and those are actually pretty cleverly hidden, I'll say. There's just not enough to this game. I wouldn't really want to pay much of anything for this game, because there's nothing here, and that's the main complaint that people had in reviews of this, it sounded like. Because you have 3 really short tracks, and then you can unlock all the cars pretty easily, 5 cars that you unlock. And that's really all there is. And then you're kinda done. You can at least go for new times, which is kinda nice, but that's all there is to it. There's not really any purpose to eliminating the elimination mode in any capacity. And you don't have any kind of acknowledgement for completing the tournament in the highest difficulty, things like that. But in any case, also, weird little thing. You can actually use the mouse to navigate this menu. I've been using the keys this whole time, but click. You click on something that's already here, it goes in. Just a little amusing thing. In any case, that'll be it for this playthrough, this episode of Let's Play Hot Wheels and Micro Racers. I hope you guys had fun. It was a nice thing to revisit this after all these years. Many years, in fact. And it's crazy how many things I remember so specifically, because I found all those same not shortcuts, but secrets again immediately. Even though I kind of forgot how to unlock the different cars. But it was fun, and it hopefully has an interesting place in the story of everything that's going on here. Now, there's actually a story starting up again after the break that was Hot Wheels Driver Racing. And we're gonna have lots of older games like this one from now on too, which will have varying degrees of quality, but it'll be fun looking at the older stuff and discovering some new older stuff I haven't played before. Have some fun here on Windows XP, mostly with games that are made for operating systems older than XP. This is made for Windows 95 or 98. It was released in 2000. But I digress. I've been going on for much too long. I'll see you guys next time when we go to other things. Bye. Good exit. Woo.